Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
Joining me now is a lovely young lady. Her name is Katarina, and I met her for the first time at the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit 2022, thanks to the lovely Maria Maganto, who is a volunteer, yes, just a volunteer with the Marbella Rugby Club, so very involved with the rugby club. It's hard to believe she's just a very interactive mummy. But thanks to Maria, I got to meet Kat. She came to the event. She took some amazing photographs, particularly the ones, Katarina, of everyone doing the meditation with Anketa. And so thank you ever so much. It was really very much appreciated and some great memories. And then I bumped into Katarina again this past week because we were at the launch of the Marbella Rugby Club magazine, which you'll see a bit of later on. So now that I've met you, we're bumping into each other all over the place. Congratulations on your photography. I'm glad to get a moment to know you better. So Katarina, welcome to Marbella Now.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks.
So how long have you been on the Costa del Sol?
I have been living here for the past 10 years, so it's been quite a while.
And where did you come from?
I came from Prague, Czech Republic, but I originally was born in Czechoslovakia, and by nationality I'm Slovak, so a bit of a complicated answer to a simple question.
But nice, though, that you have that mix of nationalities. How do you find it blending into Marbella with your mix? Because we've got so many different nationalities and so many cultures.
For me, it has never been a challenge to get adapted to different kind of environments or different countries, because since I was 16, basically, I lived in different parts of the world. So I really feel welcome, and I don't see any challenges living here.
And your English is amazing.
Thank you.
And your Spanish, you also speak Spanish.
Yes.
You are a very clever bunch, you.
I'm trying my best. I did learn Spanish through the photography when I studied photography, so that really helped me when the kids started going to school here to be able to give them a hand doing the homework. So it is an important thing to learn the language of the country where you live in.
Hands off to you. Congratulations. Have you always worked in photography? How did you get involved?
Yes, I haven't. No, I haven't. My original studies are are legal studies with business administration minor. So this is really a little bit away or far from photography sector. But moving here to Costa del Sol and learning the language and having the family made me think of new ways how to incorporate myself professionally.
And also with a more liberal time scale to meet with the children's needs.
Absolutely.
I love your photographs. It's funny how real photographers have a vision, and you can see that there's some kind of harmony between all your pictures. They share this vision. It's very curious how the camera captures energy.
Thank you very much for saying that. I am always trying to train my eye to be able to capture a particular moment and to capture that essence of the person, or whether it is a child or it is an adult or even an animal, or whether there is a particular interaction between two people, to be able to preserve that moment for the future, because that's the beauty of photography for me.
What do you specialize in? I know you cover a lot of areas and that you can adapt to anything, but what is your passion? What is your speciality that you feel that you can really express yourself?
Lately I have been more involved with natural portraits, natural portrait photography, for whether it would be private persons or small businesses. with the creative touch. I have to add this to it, which I think makes it a little bit different from a typical portrait. And using the natural light. That would be another element that I use, the benefits that natural light, especially here in Costa del Sol, offers us to be able to create that creative space and creative moment and capture the personality of the person.
Well, I love the other day we were recording
here
at the Sol Aedas homes for the launch of the magazine for the Marbella Rugby Club, and I was crouching down recording, and then you sent a lovely picture of me that you took of me from behind, photographing me filming. So it's lovely. You take those moments. You're just capturing the moment.
I just felt I cannot miss that beautiful hair from the back, and everybody will know anyway who that is, even without seeing the face. So I thought we have to capture that as well.
But it's the same that I noticed in the United Nationalities photos. There were just some of them that really just, it's as if you were there, and they have that special je ne sais quoi. So really lovely, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What kind of plans do you have coming up the next few months?
Well, apart from this little photography business I'm running, I also have solidarity projects, and I try to use another part of photography, which is the landscape photography I do in my free time when I travel, to sell these images for various solidarity causes. So these are ongoing projects for different foundations or different organizations I work with.
Which ones are your passion? What are your charity passions?
My charity passions are really because I come from relatively troubled regions, and my parents still live close to the Ukrainian borders, and there is obviously a burden on any level you can imagine. So I work with the Central European organization, which is very well known, non-governmental, non-for-profit. So they have my confidence, and they have my trust. So I know where the little money I'm able to fundraise is going to. So this is one of the projects, and another one which is really close to my heart is a Spanish little organization called Emalaikat, and they help children in northern Kenya who are also living in a troubled region on the border with Ethiopia, and there is ongoing wars. And they just try to help the less privileged ones.
It's wonderful to see how so many people on the Costa del Sol, I think, in appreciation of how lucky we are to live here. Yeah. It's nice that we can give back, each one in our little way, and each one helping a different area, that in the end hopefully everyone gets something, and more awareness, which is important to the different plights and causes.
Yes, I felt like it is really beautiful to wake up in the morning and look at the beautiful sea, but there are areas which are close to me because of where my family is coming from, or because of other reasons, and why not help if there are a few pictures and somebody likes them, to buy it, have it as a gift or as a present for somebody else, and donate a little bit of money to help someone in need.
Always very good. I mean, what can I say? It's just like perfect. I don't need to say anything more. So just to summarize, for anybody watching who's needing a photographer, because here we need photographers for basically everything, even if it's for personal image, promotion, marketing, but I suppose you also do real estate and properties?
No, I'm not in
because that's a specialized, isn't it?
It's a specialized, and we have very many, quite a few expert photographers in this sector, but of course I have studied all the fields of the photography, from the analogical one to the digital one, so I am able to do it, but I specialize in the portraiture and creative portraiture with the natural light, and creating the trust and confidence with the client to make them feel relaxed and capture their personality in a special way, so that they can be confident and they can be proud to share it then for private or business purposes.
Well, if you would like to go to Marbella-United.com, you can see the photographs that Catarina took during the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit in November, which is a nice little example, plus a few that we've shown you on the screen. And of course, visit Kat's coming soon website, thecatimage.com, but also available immediately through Instagram with cat_with_cat_image.com. So you can find Catarina, and I'm so happy I found you. Big thank you for many things, but this one also, Maria Maganto, for the introduction, much appreciated.
Thank you very much for having me.
I look forward to seeing you in the next event.
Yes, looking forward to it very much, and thank you so much again.
You're so very welcome. Don't go away, because we'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, hey.
Hero welcomes at Wheels Cafe.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign, and we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
We are Hey, hey.
It's lovely to meet people for the first time, particularly when they come through introductions. My first guest, Kat, came through Maria Maganto through the Marbella Rugby Club from the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit. And now, thanks to Monique, who was a guest on my radio show years ago, I've got Dr. Mikko on the programme, and he's going to talk about ANF therapy, which I know absolutely nothing about, and I imagine a lot of you have no idea either. So I'm very excited to welcome you, Dr. Mikko, to the programme. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
It's my pleasure, and I understand a big honour, because you've been doing what you're doing for a decade, and you've never agreed to go on a television interview before.
No, that's correct. I say no to more or less everything.
A reason in particular?
Yeah, because for what I do and everything, that means for me most important is to help people, not to create a name around myself. So the reason we do this now is, of course, for the local and the Spanish here, where we're now established.
And us foreigners as well, right?
Yeah, some. No, of course foreigners as well, for sure. To give a little bit more insight in understanding of the human body, because we have a lot of people walking around us we live together with that have and suffer from a lot of problems like pain or depression or anxiety, and we have the solution for it.
Is this a solution that you have come up with yourself, or it's something that you've discovered that someone else has brought out that you've seen the benefits for? How did this come about?
Okay, I can make a very long journey very short. It started over 30 years ago when I did an introduction to the medical school. And here you learn everything about symptoms and how to treat symptoms, follow protocol, and also a lot around pharmaceuticals and this kind of normal treatment as we do today. But I asked all my professors, what is really the pre-process of all these diseases? Because what we understand and what we learn is actually the end process of a long-term ongoing biochemical negative reaction. So I started to go deeper into this and had the fortune to work with some of the most smartest brain on this planet and understand that the nerve system is the key to everything. And then I went in more deeper to this research and find out that even Einstein and Tesla and the Greeks 3,000 years before Christ understand the importance and influence of the neurons in the nerve system. And in that way, I find out by other research we did measuring organs and find out that if we can keep the oscillation in the nerve system 100% at all time, or strengthen it and repair it, we would never be sick.
The oscillation, you mean the vibration?
No, I mean the frequency, the speed of the frequency in the nerve system.
Yes.
Because everything, we have around 200 different cells in the body, and we have many, many different chemical cells as hormones. And most of the hormones that people know is testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. But all the chemical cells is actually made to create collaboration between organs and glands. So what this therapy is doing is they are charged, it's more than 500 different devices, and they are charged with neurological frequencies. That means these frequencies that you charge in this have the ability to create fusions between different cells and communication. This is why we can guarantee, and no matter what pain you have, inside 10-15 minutes you have less than 50% pain. And it's medical class 1, which means it's no chemicals, it's no organic substances, it's a totally pure neurological frequency.
And from what I can see, it's non-invasive. You're just sticking things on the outside of your body.
Yes.
Is it a different device for treatment per person, or is
Yes.
it that, so it is, there's certain
Yeah.
frequencies
Yeah.
to treat certain symptoms?
Yeah, because every single individual have different problems, and different problems occur by different situations. For example, one of the most dangerous things for us as humans is emotional stress. Emotional trauma create what's called chronic invisible inflammations. Inflammations you have, but you don't notice. But maybe you have wake up every morning, you slept 10 hours, you're still extremely tired, you have very different in mood changes, small unexplained memory losses, unexplained fatigue, then your body exposed for chronic invisible inflammation. Time magazine did a huge article around this area, 2004, that was actually a little bit shut up because it also was quite hard. But it's actually called the silent killer, because this is actually creating what's called oxidative stress inside your system and create imbalance between your positive cells, or we can call it antioxidants, and the negative that we call free radicals. So these free radicals will increase and the antioxidants go lower, and this is why this invisible inflammation is so dangerous, because it can take minimum 10 years until you wake up and actually start to feel pain. So this is why people think that it goes 30, 40 years and they start to increase weight, they start to get this unexplained pain, and they think it started yesterday. But as long as the body have resources, it can actually fight it. When the resources go down and we get older, this is why we can see most autoimmune disease on the planet actually start to attack people or break out when between 45 and 60. And before that, we have a lot of resources. So what this device is doing is actually establishing and re-strengthening this oscillation and using the body's own ability to recreate and renew these resources. And this is why it works so extremely fast. So they work for 72 hours, and every 72 hours you change the protocol. So the better you are as a patient, the more advanced and special devices you get. And when you're around 80% normalized, treatment is over.
And this is something that you can apply at home, or you have to go and have it applied for you? Is it a complicated process?
Yeah. We can say here in Marbella we have the headquarters for education, because this device is only available for healthcare professionals. So we have a school, so the education is more or less on a master degree. We have the first 8 levels is for orthopedic and musculoskeletal, and then the next 15 levels will be for understanding autoimmune and holistic diseases. So this is only for healthcare professionals. They need to have a university degree, they need to have license to treat, and also, of course, need to touch people. Because what you learn here is also to examine the body with your hands. I was taught like this, that everything you need to feel and understand in your body, you can feel with your hands. What you can see on MRI and CT scan is very often an end process of something. But here you learn to feel it, and after that develop a protocol that is suitable for you and you unique, because nobody is the same. And we are actually very honored and happy now that I can give you some good news, is that this device is now approved by Ministry of Health in Middle East as a professional medical device for use in official hospitals, and is already starting to get implemented in governmental hospitals.
Congratulations.
We are very happy for this.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a big step forward in setting a precedent, which is always important.
Yeah, it is, and I hope one day we can make this available for every single person in the planet, rich or poor, to help people to have a better health, for sure.
So can people go and actually have this applied now, or is it just for the people, you're doing training at the moment? Is this available to the public at the moment?
No, it's available. We are in over 80 countries. We have also clinic days here in Marbella, so that we take patients every Monday and Thursday where they can meet me, talk to me, and also our other staff about your own problem, and actually try it and get the best possible help that we can do. And it's also very important to understand this is just another toolbox for therapists or doctors that use it, so they still need to use all the knowledge they have. So
that's why you're looking for the medical professionals.
Yes.
So they can incorporate it.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm just delighted to meet you.
Thank you.
I'm really pleased to understand a little bit more about ANF therapy and the Academy, and a big thank you to Monique for the introduction. #BetterTogether.
Yeah.
I look forward to the next time and to a catch up and see how it's all going.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
My absolute pleasure, Dr. Mikkel. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
That was interesting, wasn't it? Something completely different. And I like it when you can do things to help our health that aren't invasive, that you can try, see how it goes, and you're not taking any risk, but everything to gain. So that is very nice to know. Don't go back. Oh, don't go back. Don't go away, because I'm coming back. So don't go away. Back in a minute.
Hey, hey.
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? G-Wine.
Thank you.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Hey, hey.
We live in such an exotic city. My next guest is Alla Morozova from Envoga. And I just love the mixture of names. It's all so exciting. Alla, how lovely to see you again. It's been ages.
Hello, Nicole. It was a very long time, and you look beautiful, as I told you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's nice to get compliments. It's nice to see friendly faces. And I have to say, I have seen the name Envoga everywhere. Nearly every new development that's going up, whether it's on the first line promenade in San Pedro, it's just like you're taking over in the center of Marbella, new development. So
exactly.
Congratulations, the company's really growing.
Thank you very much. It's a hard work. It's a hard job. We have a big team working hard and get and satisfy all our clients. Do you want me to explain you about a little bit about Envoga?
Brag a little bit about Envoga.
Well, as you know, that Envoga was based on 2008. It was founded in 2008. So this year we're going to celebrate 15 years. I've been with Envoga for 14 years so far. Yeah, and we've got different departments, so we can satisfy needs of each and every client of us, okay? So we've got developments. So this is a very important department. That's why you see us everywhere. We've got a very nice new development in the center of Marbella, which is called Abu 14. We still got some units left, but it was almost sold just during a couple of months. Okay, so then we've got new developments, luxury developments, which are coming up on the best locations of Marbella, such as first line of the beach, next to Porto Banús in Marbella East. Then also we are very proud to present and to enhance first branded villas, which will be situated in Sierra Blanca area, with the name of very well and very famous fashion designer Elie Saab. So that's only 5 villas, and Elie Saab is in Marbella. Okay.
That is very exciting, and you've seen such a change, because I remember, as I say, the beginning of the company, very ambitious projects and a lot of goals, but to see them really year after year, the company, the solidity of the company, the expansion of the company, the enormity of the projects that you're taking on, it really is very impressive. You must personally feel very proud because you've seen the growth from the beginning.
Exactly, yes. When I joined Tenvoga, we were just, I were fourth. Okay, actually, I just had 3 colleagues working there, and now we are 22. And I'm really proud to work in Tenvoga, and I'm really proud to work to share my everyday with professionals from everywhere from the world. From worldwide. Okay, so we've got Polish agents. So I just mean that we speak lots of languages and
multicultural,
like
never
multicultural,
boring.
yes, sorry, like multicultural, yeah, and just trying to give a quality service to each and every client. Okay, so as I mentioned, just that the part of new developments, we also got resales, of course. We've got the premium properties, which I just mentioned. They're top quality developments and villas. And then, of course, rentals and concierge service, which is very important.
Oh, so you also do rentals?
Yes, we also do rentals, yeah. So
you cover it all, and
exactly.
You're part of the one of the founding members of an association to kind of regulate real estate in Spain, and I like that you formed together. I'm a big hashtag better together.
Oh yeah, that's good. You're aware. You're aware. Yes, exactly. So we are really trying to protect, and from Tenvoga, we highly recommend always when you decide to buy a house, to sell a house, to rent a house, just go to very well-known and trusted agent to avoid any kind of fraud or involvement of unprofessional agents. So that's very important. That's why LPA, which is a leading property agents association, was created. And you know that Tenvoga is one of the founders. And obviously we are very proud of that also. And I think that it will help to protect our sectors. There's a big demand and many people are coming to live permanently now here in Marbella.
Yeah, there's one of the things that I like very much is that seeing Panorama and Voga and different established companies joining together.
Exactly.
Because the new resident and the new person buying a home here are very unsuspecting. They have no idea how many ways they can be caught out, and you don't have to have a real estate license to sell here. So you can get yourselves into quite some trouble and very costly mistakes. So I'm a very big favour of check out the company that you're going with.
Of course, and then you will be always protected because our job is to guide, is to manage, to protect our clients, and then whatever you need, the after sales is very important also, because when you buy the property, the journey just starts. So then you may need to rent it, maybe you need a concierge service just to make the maintenance or whatever. So here you always have to have your trusted agent.
Well, it's nice. So if you buy a place, you want to rent it out, you can do it with you. If you want to keep it nice and clean, you can do it with you.
Exactly. You know, our clients, normally they say that they feel like in family. Tenvoga is a big family, so they don't need to go in to ask for help somewhere else. Once you're in Tenvoga, so you can do whatever you need. If you want to invest, you can find your off-plan property in development departments. If you want to resale, we can resale. If you want to rent, rent. If you need maintenance or just to settle up your life, so there the concierge department is. So that really works.
Well, I'm really happy for you, and it's really nice to see the company grow. I have to say, the other day, walking on the Paseo Marítimo in San Pedro by the Cortijo Blanco beach, and there's been that property there that I've looked at for years. It's been empty for decades.
Oh,
and when I went by, it was like, the house has been taken down, and then I saw Tenvoga as a promoter. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So,
you are aware of the latest news, Nicole. That's a good sign, yeah. So 5 luxury villas are coming up there.
Yeah. My name's on one of them.
Yeah.
I want one of them.
So you've got one.
First line, I want the front line. Save it for me, I'm making my investment.
We've got just few units left so far. It's not on the market yet. But anyway, you've got one.
Okay, just write my name down there.
It's there.
Yeah, I was going to say, my family, we've looked at it with the kids growing up, and we used to walk up from the beach and just go, look at it, and one day, and then it's like, oh my gosh, something's actually happening to it after all these years. So
yeah, that was, obviously you will see, and you can see some images already there in the billboard.
Yeah.
And that's the hard work of the whole team of architects, the Moraine 73, they've been working hard in developing this project, and well, the architecture is amazing, And then the interior design is done by Alto. They're one of the best also in the area. And of course, Invoga has got them almost sold.
I know, and it's just very impressive. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks
it's lovely
a lot
to
for
see
your
you
time.
again, Anna. We'll not leave it so long for the next time. Perhaps I'll meet you on site in the new houses.
I will bring you more exciting news.
Okay.
Definitely.
And I'll hold you to that. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Okay, don't go away, guys. I'll be back in a minute.
Hey, hey.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, Kazatua is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
So here we are at Everest. Very cool.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hiya, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Welcome to Sister Taperia. Perfecto.
The other day, I was honoured to be included on the invitation list to the launch of the new Marbella Rugby Club magazine. It was a very special day, not just for the magazine, but because also Angeles Munoz, our mayor, went to the event, and it was her birthday. So it was a really very special day. Very nice to see that a community centre like the Rugby Club is doing so well and expanding with the first rugby magazine in Andalusia, no less. I did some recording, and I think you'll enjoy joining me there to see what went down.
Let the music get to your heart. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate. We are all the same. So much trouble tearing us apart. Poison arrows shoot straight to your heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time.
Hey, sexy girl.
Let it set you on your way. No need to hesitate. Time to make a change. There'll be no trouble tearing us apart.
Gorgeous girl.
Brothers, sisters, one beating
Hola.
heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time.
Marbella Rugby Club y todos los amigos del Marbella Rugby Club que nos acompañáis hoy. Así que es un placer teneros otra vez en Sol Marbella, en nuestra casa. Desde la administración, como los patrocinadores, estamos apoyando.
Poder presentar esta revista, que es fruto de un montón de trabajo de mucha gente. La Fundación llevamos trabajando mucha ilusión, mucho esfuerzo, sobre todo muchas ganas de que sea un buen producto, que la gente lo reciba con cariño.
Campo de césped, Manolo, echarle una foto esta instalación. Quería aprovechar ahora para dar las gracias, ya que tengo aquí a Ángel y a Manolo, pero quería felicitar a todo su equipo, a Diego, a todos los que han participado en la mejora de nuestras instalaciones. Me gustaría transmitiros las felicitaciones, no solo de todas las... porque vienen periódicamente y cada vez me dicen, oye, no vea cómo movéis, no vea cómo movéis, no vea...
Nuestros valores están presentes en todo. Entonces quería con vosotros compartir por qué, cómo salió, porque podría contar lo que hacemos dentro del club.
Bueno, que no puede ser mejor el día de cumpleaños, en fin, y tener un regalo tan estupendo y además partiendo de vosotros. Desde aquí mi enhorabuena, querido Paco, Alberto, presidente de Marbella y de la Fundación del Marbella Rugby Club, a los representantes de AEDA. La verdad es que sí, es importante que se fusionen en esta enhorabuena y por supuesto a Germán, que vaya declaración de amor. O sea, ya, en fin, hoy no sé si será vuestro aniversario o no, pero desde luego apúntalo, que queda estupendo. Muchos de los patrocinadores que hoy estáis aquí, sigáis apoyando este es el Marbella Rugby Club. Así que enhorabuena, un fuerte abrazo, felicidades a todos por este lanzamiento y que sean muchísimos los éxitos. Muchas gracias.
Deseamos cumpleaños feliz. Hip hip, hooray!
La bota de rugby. Fijaros, es que esto es, en fin, esto es lo que yo hago todos los días y no creáis que yo hago otra cosa. Así es que yo todos los días, ¿eh?
Well, congratulations, Maria, because I know how hard you've worked to get this magazine going. It's a fabulous day. Maria is a very active volunteer. Can't believe you're a volunteer for the Marbella Rugby. And Troy is visiting because very involved with the rugby club preparing a summer camp for kids, which he does globally. So, hello, guys.
How's it going?
Maria, tell us a bit about what's gone on today.
So, today we're launching our first edition. Launch edition of the magazine, which has been really, really exciting. It's to kind of raise a little bit of awareness about rugby in Andalusia and also in Spain. There isn't one that exists in Andalusia, a magazine, and to talk about the club and all the kind of good work that we do. So it's really exciting, and it's been a bit of a labour of love for the club and for the sort of a team involved in the editorial. So it's kind of, you know, the fruits of our labour. Now we can actually see it, because it's really lovely to have something physical, because digital, you know, is lovely, but it's nice to have something physical too.
It's not the same when you're having a cup of coffee to sit down with a screen as with a nice magazine.
Exactly.
And Troy, welcome to Marbella.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's a winter's day today, and 25 degrees. It's great to be here, and
you've got an excuse to come more often now, no? You set up a club with the rugby club for what you do worldwide. Tell us a bit about your camp.
So I run a club called Hacker Go, and we started back in 2016, and our vision for Hakro Glow was we use multicultural rugby as a tool to create future world leaders, and we've been so fortunate. Thank you to Maria. They've been here the last couple of years, and yeah, just trying to build a community and a family base, which we're so grateful to be linked up with Marbella Rugby Club, and they're doing some amazing work at the moment. And obviously, you see today there's a wonderful speculation and the fruits of the hard work you've put in. So,
yeah. And what can the kids expect? What ages is it for? Tell us a bit about the club.
I don't want to give too much away, but our camps run from 8 years old to 16, boys and girls, which is a massive. So what we do is, it's about understanding what your values are. Where you're from, diverse cultures. So we're all one world. So. I can't give too much away, but yeah,
it's going to be fun.
So it's Easter. It'll be the third one that we run, and it's in Semana Santa. It's actually the 4th, 5th, and 6th of April, and the kids just keep coming back, and they just love it. They learn a lot about team spirit. They feel very. They have something unique. Troy won't tell you this, but they have something unique with the kids. The kids just feel like. It's kind of their family, and they learn, a little bit about Maori culture. They learn a little bit about, how rugby is perceived in New Zealand, and it's just a quite special and magical sort of, camp that I've seen children be transformed from doing the camp and kind of being a bit into rugby to actually being really enganchado, really hooked, because it sort of brings this kind of team. Spirit and friendship.
Very healthy, very wholesome
yeah.
atmosphere, which is why I love the rugby club for many reasons, but what I most like is that wholesome, healthy family, good values, just together, normal people doing normal things.
Yeah, and they're people who have got similar values to you, so that's why we as a group at the Marbella Rugby Club really kind of come together really well, because actually we've all got similar values, so we do that, our children, sort of we're growing up together, which is just really unique and really, really special. And it's just, I'm really massively fortunate that Troy's here on a kind of an inspection trip to do sort of before the April camp. But I said to him, we're doing the magazine, and he was like, oh, I'm going to be there. So it's a real pleasure for me. For him to be here. So.
Things just happen to fall into place, don't they?
Absolutely, there are no coincidences.
There are no coincidences.
That's true.
Honoured to be a part of it. Thank you so much, guys.
We'll see you guys 4th of April.
Yeah.
¡Qué buena pinta!
Let the music get to your heart. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate. We are all the same.
Costa Catering.
So much trouble tearing us apart.
It's amazing how things just fall into place when they're meant to happen. Germán is a monitor at the rugby club, and he had this great idea to launch a magazine. Germán, congratulations. Wonderful. ¿Estás impresionado con el resultado? ¿Es más de lo que esperabas? Is it better than you anticipated?
Sí, hola, buenas tardes a todos. La verdad que un placer. Ya, como dije hace un rato, el tercer tiempo estamos disfrutando de este proyecto tan bonito que empezó en el club con un equipo, un staff impresionante, y contentos de ahora poder disfrutar, de tener en mano ya nuestra revista, que bueno, un poco siempre lo que quise comunicar hace un rato, decir y contarle a todas las personas de Marbella y de fuera lo que hacemos dentro del club, cómo educamos a esos niños dentro del club, y bueno, y amantes e ilusionados por el rugby siempre.
And instead of me translating, we have our official rugby translator, Maria Maganto.
So Germán said it's a real pleasure to be able to see the work, the magazine, actually the results of the magazine, and like he said he did a little presentation earlier, and he said this is our third half. So in rugby we have a third half, which is always after the match, which is where we enjoy the fruits of a good match, and that's the same with our magazine, and he said he's really proud to be able to show the rest of Marbella the work we do at the club, and sort of you know, what a great club we are, and you know, and how fabulous it is. And so he said it's just, you know, he's just really happy for today actually have arrived, you know, and for us to have the magazine in our hands.
And it's a good quality magazine. Es una buena revista. It's a really good magazine.
Sí, sin duda, siempre cuando nos planteamos este proyecto tenemos que estar al mismo nivel del Marbella Rugby Club, tenemos que estar al mismo nivel de Marbella, y no podíamos hacer algo que no fuera de esa manera. Trabajamos de esa manera, y también es cierto que al final el club, el trabajo que se está haciendo en el club, muy importante por parte de todos, pero queremos dar un paso adelante, queremos subir un escalón más, y al final entendemos que todo, más allá que somos de pasión de rugby, también tenemos que empezar a profesionalizar un poco todo para que dé mejores resultados en todos los aspectos. Y bueno, hablando con María y con Javi y con Benja, fue esa un poco la idea. Vamos a hacer algo top.
Elevating.
Elevating. Yeah, and so what Herman was saying, because you know, you commented on the quality, and something that you know, Herman said when we decided to do the magazine, the most important part was that the magazine would be at the same level of quality and be as exceptional as the rugby club. And that's something that, you know, we wanted to make sure that it wasn't, you know, something that kind of wasn't as exceptional as what we are and the level that we're at. And so he wanted, you know, it's a good opportunity for us to take the next step, for us as a club to also kind of take the next step, as to kind of elevate our standing in the community and in rugby, you know, nationally
and internationally.
And internationally, yeah, and internationally too. So
because you have a lot of visiting clubs, it's amazing how much you do interact with other clubs from everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a record number of clubs this season contact us. 30 different inquiries from clubs from all over the world who want to come and visit Marbella. I mean, you know, it's not, you know, difficult to understand why. We have amazing weather, amazing climate, easy connections for, you know, for flights and trains and, you know, and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's something that is really growing, and I'm really massively, you know, supporting it. And I think the magazine would really help, because it will give us that kind of awareness outside of just Marbella, so that people see, you know, we can, you know, it's really close to the beach, and people just love to come here. Actually, we have had a lot of clubs who come with their whole families. The whole families come for a week's holiday, and they basically then come and do like a match. They want to have a match with us, or a training session, or whatever. So we say, if anybody wants to come, you know, please, yeah, get in contact. We're ready and welcome, you know, welcoming you, you know, and come and see some of our Spanish Andalusian hospitality. Marbella, there's no place like Marbella.
There is no place like Marbella. There is no place like home.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
Thank you, guys, and congratulations. Enhorabuenísima.
Oh,
thank you
muchas gracias.
so much.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Just believe it's worth your time.
Hey, hey.
A new partner of Zero Hero.
Alright guys, so I'm the designated driver tonight, so I'm going to choose the Zero Hero place. So all of my soft drinks are for free. And if you want to go somewhere else, just check out the Facebook, Instagram or the zerohero.es website for any of the bars, discotheques or restaurants on there. I'm happy to go anywhere you want to go, as long as it's Zero Hero.
It's a brand new day.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Secret Garden. We welcome you.
It's a brand new. Hey, hey.
Many of you know that every week I write for the Euro Weekly News. It is a free English newspaper, leading English newspaper, not just on the Costa del Sol. They've got like 6 or 7 editions on all the coast around Spain. I have my Marbella Moments, which I write every week about something different. And my new show on the TV comes out on a Thursday night, and my column comes out every Thursday morning in the Euro Weekly News. So do check that out, because I just keep you updated on things that go on in our city, or thoughts I have about what's going on in our city. So do check it out, because I think you will enjoy a little read. Also, while I fight with my newspaper, we have a date for the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit 2023. It's going to be the 18th of May. So the sun should be shining. It's a big open day. Do save the date, because I will be giving you more information on that very shortly. I'm just confirming where we're having it. We've got all the details straight, and then I will share that with you too. Please also remember to check out our Zero Hero website. It's one of the incentives from the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit. And you get a free soft drink if you're the designated driver. So loads of hotels, bars, the casino, restaurants are venue partners, and you can go to the website zerohero.es for an ever-increasing list. Loads of things going on. While I'm talking about that and the United Nationalities of Marbella projects, we are starting up a pilot project for charities and schools. And the idea is that through the schools we can ensure that the charities are never missing volunteers. So do keep up with that. And we're also launching, together with the Red Cross, our mental health suicide prevention campaign with languages. So if you would like to get involved in any of the above, whether you're a school, a charity or a mental health specialist, particularly if you're qualified with Spanish qualifications or you've had the homologado, the equivalents here, please do contact us, because there's loads of things that you can help with. And that's it for me for today. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I look forward to seeing you again next week of more of what's going on in Marbella Now.
You'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna